I met Vanessa when I was 26, during a time in my life when everything seemed to be falling into place. We met at a mutual friend's wedding, and from the moment we started talking, she captivated me. She was intelligent, beautiful, and had a laugh that lit up the room. I fell fast and hard. After a year of dating, we got married. For 10 years, I thought we had built something solid. We weren't perfect, no couple is, but I believed in us. We shared dreams of traveling, growing old together, and building a life filled with love. But somewhere along the way, cracks began to form, and I missed them. Or maybe I ignored them because I wanted to believe we were unshakable. It all started with little things. Vanessa started coming home later than usual, claiming work was demanding more of her time. She seemed distracted when we were together, her phone glued to her hand, always turned away from me. My gut told me something was off, but I kept brushing it aside. After all, we had been together for a decade. Surely she wouldn't betray me, but intuition is a powerful thing, and the nagging feeling wouldn't go away. One night, when she said she was working late, I decided to see for myself. I drove to her office, but her car wasn't there. After searching for a while, I found it parked outside a small, intimate restaurant. Through the window, I saw her sitting with a man, leaning in close, smiling in a way I hadn't seen her smile at me in months. My heart sank. I didn't confront her that night. I needed more proof, so I started paying attention, checking phone records, looking at her behavior. The truth was undeniable. She wasn't just distant, she was unfaithful. When I finally confronted her, I remained calm, though every fiber of my being wanted to scream. I laid out everything I knew. At first, she denied it, calling me paranoid and insecure, but when I presented the evidence, she broke down, admitting to the affair. She cried, begged for forgiveness, and swore it was a mistake. She blamed stress, loneliness, and even me. Despite the pain, I didn't let her manipulate me. I told her I needed space to think. For a year, we lived under the same roof, but our marriage was in name only. I slept in the guest room, kept conversation short, and avoided her as much as possible. She grew increasingly desperate as the months passed, realizing I wasn't budging. She tried everything: apologies, promises to change, even seduction. But the damage was done. During that year, I focused on myself. I poured my energy into work, leaned on friends and family for support, and even started therapy to process everything. Financial security gave me a foundation to rebuild my life, and for that, I was grateful. Vanessa, on the other hand, seemed to unravel. She went from begging for forgiveness to blaming me, claiming I was being cruel for not giving her another chance. Her desperation was obvious. She'd leave me notes, cook my favorite meals, and cry openly, hoping to guilt me into reconciliation. But my decision was firm. When I finally filed for divorce, she broke down completely. She accused me of giving up on us, of not fighting for our marriage. But I told her the truth. She had made her choice, and now I was making mine. Serving her the papers was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I didn't look back. My family cut ties with her immediately. They had loved her like one of their own, but they couldn't forgive what she'd done. Their support was invaluable as I navigated the painful process of letting go. Surprisingly, about a year after the divorce was finalized, I met someone new. Sophie is everything Vanessa wasn't: kind, genuine, and honest. We're taking things slow, building trust and connection without rushing. For the first time in years, I feel hopeful about the future. Looking back, the experience was transformative. It brought me closer to God, teaching me to lean on faith when life felt unbearable. I found peace in knowing I stood up for myself and refused to settle for less than I deserve. The last time I saw Vanessa was by chance at a coffee shop. She looked great on the surface, well-dressed, makeup flawless, but I could tell it was all a facade. Mutual friends later told me she was struggling financially, trying to maintain the lifestyle we had together. I didn't feel anger or satisfaction, just pity. This journey taught me the importance of listening to my intuition and valuing myself. Betrayal hurts, but it doesn't have to define you. I've rebuilt my life stronger than before, and for that, I'm grateful. This version adds depth to the emotional journey and shows how patience and resilience shaped the protagonist's recovery.